edition of Lumberjack Logic. I love you folks. Okay, so check this out. I mean, there is some really really good things happening right now, and it really is winning. And I can't get enough of this. For so long, people, the left has owned this narrative, and it's been propagated because there hasn't been anybody. Here, I'll brighten my computer screen, and then I'll give you a little bit more light. But there hasn't been. I mean, because you're getting censored, shadow banned, all the, whatever, all this kind of stuff all the time. Hey, eyes on you always. Please do smash that like as you come in, chat it up with where you're from. I am just trying to get a little bit more light on my computer screen, just so you guys can see better. But the main thing is getting the information out to you, anyways. But I will turn up my screen brightness. Go to the displays. There, how's that? See that? Look at that. There we go. Look at that. More light. All right. So this is it's okay. So Elon Musk obviously took over Twitter, and people, I know a lot of my audience isn't on Twitter. I don't actually spend a lot of time on it. I was working on vehicles all day today, but man, this stuff going on over there is amazing. So today, I'm going to give you just one example. Today, Mark Fincham had his account suspended, okay? And then people tweeted out to Elon Musk and immediately had an answer. It's hammer time. Thanks, Chief. Anyway, and immediately Elon Musk gets back to him and says, "Oh, I'll look into that." And you know what happened? Immediately he's back on. By the way, he fired the whole board. They're gone. Okay, so Elon is the sole board member right now of Twitter. And he is just, this is unbelievable. President Biden, I've seen President Biden get fact-checked twice. No, I didn't cut my thumb off. I injured it doing vehicle work. Gosh, why do I do this to myself? Okay, I want to be a rugged individualist. Okay? Yeah, Liberty Lion commented, Jenna Ellis asked Elon to get it turned back on, and he responded to Jenna Ellis. Elon Musk this is like the funnest thing I've ever watched, okay? It really is. This is just awesome. So here, check this out. So President Biden tweets out, "Let me give you the facts. In 2020, 55 corporations made $40 billion and they paid zero in federal taxes. My Inflation Reduction Act puts an end to this." He gets fact-checked. What? They're fact-checking lefties now. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. The Inflation Reduction Act imposed a minimum tax on corporations with average pre-tax earnings of greater than $1 billion. Out of the 55 corporations the tweet references, only 14 had earnings greater than $1 billion and would be eligible under Biden's tax law. Did you see too? He ran like Hillary Clinton was running with it's all mega Paul Pelosi and all this, and then he runs an article about how things might not have been all they seemed there with the old Mr. Pelosi hammer thing, So we've got a LGBTQ XYAPPXYZ flag flying BLM nudist from Berkeley. And they're trying to say he's mega. Oh, these people are so desperate because they're going to get crushed so bad in these midterms, people. It's just amazing. Okay, these are the same people. Remember, when he tweeted out about a possible peace plan for Ukraine and Russia, he got stuck on a kill list from the Ukrainians that they then removed him from. It's like, I'm sorry, but this stuff is so ridiculous. I don't know how we don't have fun with it at this point. To watch this all happen, it's just wild. So the FBI visited the home tied to the Paul Pelosi attack suspect who was arrested in his underwear at Pelosi's house. It has a BLM sign, a Berkeley United Against Hate sign, and a gay pride pro-marijuana flag. Suspect is a nudist and registered as a Green Party member. this would not be getting out on Twitter, folks, if the hacks were still there. It would all be Russian disinformation. Okay, check this out. Big story today. DHS leaks, so that's Department of Homeland Security, leaks prove government conspiracy with Twitter, big tech, to censor and subvert elections. The shocking leaks expose a massive conspiracy and may be due to Elon Musk's Twitter takeover. The documents reveal Vijay Gade had been meeting with feds and advocating for government control of information. So that's the lady who got canned, and that's the very lady who took Trump off the platform. The report also shows the FBI intervened to Facebook, ultimately resulting in the Hunter Biden laptop story being censored. With the midterms less than a week away, the information here shows we may be facing the true end of the republic, and so on. This is off somebody's video, but it was a summation of that. So now, I'm not going to go through the whole article on that. I looked at the article, but also, too, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky has experienced a COVID rebound. Oh my gosh. And did you see? I'm watching the comments, you guys. I am. I'm not going to get totally distracted. Okay? But she's facing a COVID rebound after taking the Paxlovid jab from Snizer. And then President Biden tweeted today, if this isn't like a fascist tyrant, okay? The oil industry has a choice. Either invest in America by lowering prices for consumers at the pump and increasing production and refining capacity, or pay a higher tax on your excessive profits and face other restrictions. People, what kind of nitwit is this? This is his whole plan to try and, the midterms are coming and they're losing hugely. The salt hammer is the problem. Oh, I'm still, I don't know if you're going to see ads on this one. YouTube's up to their old demonetization games with my channel again. I'm so tired of this. Oh, I'm just so tired of it all. I really am. I'm about ready to take another vacation from doing this whole thing. Nice on you always. That's keep chatting it up. I'm watching the comments. I am not going to repeat all of them, okay? But yeah, so now Biden thinks he can threaten corporations with taxes. What kind of freak show government boondoggle is this? This totalitarian freak? Now we're threatening you with more taxes if you don't do what I said, because I went over and begged to Saudi Arabia and I couldn't get the kingdom to do what I asked them to do, so I'm threatening them too. What kind of clown show world are we living in? Okay? Oh my gosh. You guys remember when his whole thing about the guy in Ukraine, and he threatened him too? Anyways. Facebook and Twitter, this is from Lee Fang, Twitter created special portals for the government to rapidly request takedowns of content. The portals, along with NGO partners, used to censor a wide range of content, including obvious parody accounts and content disagreeing with government pandemic policy. Not only did they do that, okay, people, they took down the Nancy Pelosi stock tracker. How the heck am I supposed to make money in the stock market if I can't track Nancy Pelosi in all her winning ways? God darn. Maybe this guy was just sore about the fact that they were making all the money in the stock market and he wasn't. I don't know. So many possibilities. Yes, Mark Fincham was back in quick. And Elon Musk got lots of thanks for this, but they took down a Republican candidate for Secretary of State in the state of Arizona, Mark Fincham, who you guys have seen on my show before. I've had Mark Fincham on. Great interview. I like Mark Fincham. And Mark Fincham tweeted, "We are back. Thank you, at Elon Musk, for stopping the commie who suspended me from Twitter a week before the election. Twitter is much better with you at the helm. Thank you, at Media Right News One, Jenna Ellis and Carrie Lake and all these other people who helped him out, in terms of that. The thing in Liberty Lion, I'm gonna give you props here. You had posted this on Gab. I hadn't even had time to really do this analysis on this, but you're right. The DHS leak proves this whole thing I already talked about with the government censorship. It renders Section 230 null and void for these companies. It really does. I mean, if they're taking direction from the government, well, Section 230 then, I mean, can't apply, can it? Okay. Oh, here I got another fact checking of Joe Biden. I can't get enough of this stuff on Twitter right now. I'm sorry, people. You don't understand. If you had a channel, smash that like if you would for me, please. Oh, and mypillow.com, promo code Lumberjack. By the way, did you see Chris Rock got Bill Maher a cutout of Mike Lindell? And then he went on about the Giza sheets. Chris Rock went on about I tell you, people, these Giza sheets are amazing and you need some. Now Kid Rock agrees with me. Did I say Chris Rock? I meant Kid Rock. Anyways, Kid Rock agrees with me. Giza sheets, you got to get yourself some. You got to use promo code Lumberjack, though. Save yourself some big money, okay? Oh, gosh. But check this one out. I've got this one sideways. I'm sorry. I'm going to tilt my head. Joe Biden, Dr. Kelly Ward retweeted this. She said, conflator in chief. In other words, his tweet staff is deceiving you. Here it is. We lost over this from Joe Biden. We lost over 180,000 manufacturing jobs under the last guy. He's talking about Trump. Like, Trump lost manufacturing jobs. People, I live up on the Iron Range in Minnesota. I can tell you, I can go to all of the places up here, and they will tell you that when Trump got elected, like a switch, it was like a switch turned on. Okay? In fact, repair shops for the mining trucks went from being at 30% capacity to being backed up. I had a conversation with the guy who runs one of the biggest, okay? I'm not a big Kid Rock fan, Liberty Lion. I'm just not, but I thought it was funny. I just, his music it's just not what I listen to. Anyways, whatever. But it's fine. I mean, it's not that he does bad music, it's just that I think it's very godless. So that's my thing with it. So we lost over 180,000. We've created, so this back to the Joe Biden tweet. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there. We lost over 180,000 manufacturing jobs under the last guy, Trump. Okay, now we've created 700,000 manufacturing jobs on my watch. Readers added context that they thought people might want to know. This tweet is conflating regaining lost jobs with creation of new jobs that never existed before. I mean, all these Democrats, they've never been fact-checked in their life, and now they're getting fact-checked. I'm sorry. I mean, I faced this stuff. You have to understand, my channel was almost wiped twice on YouTube for actually reporting what I felt was real news, and I actually had like the information, and I was doing interviews with people and on-site stuff, and I don't know. Now to see these people on Twitter of all places getting fact-checked. Oh, the best one was, what's his name? Stephen King, that author, right? Who just writes, horror books and everything. So he tweets out, he says, because, Elon Musk is floating this idea about paying for blue check marks and getting verified on Twitter and so on, right? Well, a bunch of people said they wouldn't pay. Some people said they'd pay $5 a month and so on and whatever. But Stephen King was like, had to go on one of his expletive-laced rants about how he wouldn't pay anything. And so I actually responded to that. I responded to his tweet quit taking yourself so seriously. No one cares what you think. I mean, that's the thing with this whole Paul Pelosi thing. Here, I'm going to step out and say this real quick. I don't think America cares. They're trying to make this big story out of it, but America doesn't care. Yeah, do you care? Do they care about the crime in the neighborhoods? Okay, do they care about that? The very crime that they promoted through the riots? Do they care about that? I wish that when somebody's home in Hibbing, Minnesota got broken into, that would be a big news story. But instead, Paul Pelosi, that's the big news story. And none of the facts line up on it. I mean, we still haven't seen body cam footage, security cam footage. We haven't seen anything. I don't buy anything they're selling, okay? I don't. I just don't. So, and I'm sorry, I did not share the links in the description. I see some people sharing some of the links, but anyways, yeah, I've got sponsors. I'll put those in the links. But and if you can support the sponsors, please do. I always encourage people to support the parallel economy. You know, at least buy from companies that don't hate you. But you know, like Stephen King. I mean, come on, what a joke! Like he's all worked up. Okay, that was it. Yeah, there's the Jen Alice thing. Here we go. So then, you know, and Tucker Carlson just ran that story too about emails show a Twitter executive who was just fired by Elon Musk met with the Biden regime censors at DH sets every month to talk about new ways to get you to shut up. So I've dealt with this. See, that's why this is so big to me, and so much fun to watch, because all these leftists who have owned the narrative only because, and even when it's not true, only because they've got people out there fact checking and censoring, and they don't care about, you know, the common people. It just ticks me off. Oh hey, we got some celebrities taking a stand for censorship and leaving Twitter. I've never even heard of these people. I'm gonna give you their names: Tia Leone, Shonda Rhimes, Alex Winter, and Sarah Bareilles. Oh wait, Sarah Bareilles, isn't she a singer? I think I've heard of her. Oh, that's it. Okay, well, no, they've left Twitter. Oh, break my heart. Oh, it's. Oh, I better leave too. And then here, a political polls ran a do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of Elon Musk? 80% were favorable, 19.7% were unfavorable. Do you know that Nancy Pelosi's numbers are the inverse of that? Okay? Yeah, Sarah Bareilles, she sings that song Brave. Say what you want to say, unless you're a conservative, and then I want to see you censored. I just thought of that. Say what you want to say. Let the words fall out, unless you're conservative, or if Elon Musk buys Twitter, and then I don't want to hear what you have to say, so I'm going to just stop. Not many of them will leave, people. It's just ridiculous. So, do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of Elon Musk? 80-20 on that. Favorable for Elon. Better than any politician's doing, by the way. A lot better than Joe Biden. A lot better than Nancy Pelosi. And a lot better than Mitch McConnell, who needs to go. Okay? And Elon Musk actually replied to the poll and said, oh, he sucks. So here you go. Robert Reich. I don't know. He's like kind of a big thing on Twitter, I guess. What was he, like a director or something? Anyways, he tweeted this. This, guys, you're going to laugh. No one in a decent civil society should have the unchecked power Elon Musk has accumulated. He must relinquish Twitter. If he does not, the rest of us should jump off his stinking ship. And so somebody had retweeted it, and said, "Quit talking and start doing. Great advice drilled into me by my dad. Jump." That from Cicero, Minnesota. So, yeah, that's right, Rob. Why are we hearing from you on Twitter? Why aren't you just gone? Why aren't you gone, Robert? Why aren't you gone? The meltdown over there it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, people. You know, Viva Free got locked out too. Okay? He's got a podcast, really? This is so funny. This is so delicious to me. It is. Oh, we've been through such a battle, haven't we, folks? All of us. I mean, together, we have. You know, a lot of you have been subscribed to me since way back in the day. I mean, I got people still subscribed to me who were in my first 100 subscribers. I mean, I still keep in touch with them through this platform and other ways, too. But Viva Free was locked out of Twitter after raising questions about the Pelosi attack. You know what he wanted to know? He wanted to know, where were David DePepe's clothes? That's what he's just tweeting. Where were the clothes? Where were his clothes? I mean, What, did he break in his underwear? And then, people brought up that the glass was outside. Okay. Well, I mean, I know I've seen broken glass. Glass falls inside, outside, but the majority of it was outside. That's odd. Okay, it is odd. I mean, I'm sorry, it's odd. All these things are odd. What, aren't we curious? Do we lose all intellectual curiosity at this point? So, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. It's just so much fun to see this for me. Geez. Somebody just tweeted Paul Pelosi is, swinging from the other side of the plate. End of story. Okay. Here, listen to this. President Joe Biden. I can't wait for this one to get fact checked too. In the last 6 months, 6 of the largest oil companies made over $100 billion in profits. $100 billion in less than 200 days? If these companies were taking average profits on refining instead of the profits they're making today, gas prices would come down around 50 cents. No, Joe, the problem is we don't have enough refineries. Quit peddling your BS and sending your press secretary, who just sucks, out to do that. No, Armstrong isn't my middle name. Okay? Lots of commonality between DePape's plan and the plot against Whitmer and the plots of many J6ers. All inspired by Donald Trump. Okay, so here we go. So, Josh Barnett responded, FBI setup? Again? I mean, this is so delicious. Because, yes, there is lots of commonality. Right? They're all going on. Oh, there's so much commonality. They had zip ties. Yeah, and no weapons. Except a hammer that was in the Pelosi house. I don't understand this. The whole story stinks. Okay? It's just unbelievable. Oh, it's a Robert Reich tweet. Here, I'm just going to go through a few of these. The upward distribution of wealth over the past 40 years has shifted 50 trillion from the bottom 90 to the top 1%. Okay. Robert Reich, who's in that top percent, sitting there whining about the fact that he's in it. Okay? There is a real problem, people. And hear me out on this, because I'm a conservative. I'm kind of a free enterprise, laissez-faire kind of guy. But yeah, corporate CEOs, they make too much money of public companies. I have no problem if somebody goes out and starts a business on their own and they make their money and they take their risk. But these corporate CEOs, that's not what it's about. It's about golden parachutes and crap. Okay? It's ridiculous. So, we're at a point where was I? I don't even know where I was. Oh yes, corporate CEOs, they're raking in many more dollars than they used to. And you know what the other people that are raking in way too much money? Lobbyists out in Washington DC and politicians. That's a real problem, okay? But if you want to go out and start your own business and go make as much money like Elon Musk as you want to, knock yourself out, okay? Hillary Clinton asked a federal judge to sanction Trump and his lawyers for filing an allegedly frivolous lawsuit accusing them of conspiring to undermine his term in office. Oh. David Limbaugh is more impressed with Carrie Lake. Come on, I want to go. Oh, here we got Joe Biden again. If we elect Senate Democrats and keep control of the House, we're going to codify Roe v. Wade in January. There it is, people. The only two things they have to run on. Sacrificing babies, because that's a glorious thing to do, and J6. That's all they got. They don't have a record to run on. These people are pathetic. So, here, I'll give you some good news, though. I get off Twitter here, and I want to give you guys some actually really good news. By the way, if you're concerned at all, the New York Times and Siena polling release 4 polls that are like, oh my gosh, the Republicans are not so going to take the Senate now because of all this. Those are garbage polls, people. Okay, they are. It is still predicted right here on Real Clear Politics that the GOP is picking up 3 seats in the Senate, and the House continues to shift. Now they're up to 31. The last time I checked, it was 29.5. So now another seat and a half, in their averaging. Okay, average GOP gain plus 31. It's going to be more than that. The Dems are shifting their money right now to races. Hey Kim, good to see you're going to sleep on your My Pillow. I hope you use promo code Lumberjack to get that. Anyways, But it's going to be more than that because the Dems right now are shifting money to what are historically safe blue seats. Okay? So if you want to know, so here were these polls. Oh yeah, New York Times, Siena, right here. Georgia Senate. Okay, they were not accurate last election, people. They're not accurate this election. They say that Warnock's up by 3. A day later, we have the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, certainly not a bastion of conservatism, that has Walker up by 1. Walker's going to win in Georgia. And you say, well, Neil, what if they do this and what if they do that? I understand that they're going to try to do this and that, but you have to understand that. So here, I'll give you an example. So after September 11th, on September 11th of 2001, I was in Africa. Okay, I was on a missions trip in Africa, and I flew back through Amsterdam. Okay, and we made our connection flight there, and then the flight from Amsterdam was a non-stop to Minneapolis. And I know I've told this story before, but some of you are new, so I just want to tell this story. Okay, so what happened was, as we flew out of Amsterdam, we were on a 747 fully loaded with fuel. Now you have to understand that, you know, we knew that the planes that hit the towers were fully loaded with fuel, and that was all part of the whole thing, right? And so I will tell you that I actually followed a guy to the bathroom. I did this, okay? He got up, he was of Arab descent, and what had happened was I had seen a video of a guy in Egypt. They were doing man on the street interviews, and they said, what do you think about what happened in the United States, referring to September 11th? And the guy said, I think it's great, and I think they should hit the United Kingdom next. Okay, man on the street interview in Egypt, and all of a sudden, 5 rows in front of me, there's a guy of Arab descent. Now you can say I shouldn't have profiled him, whatever, but I'm telling you, what's what I did. Okay, I followed him to the bathroom, and he had a tolerance. You know, he probably didn't want to be seen either. He was probably a fine guy, but I was on edge, and I had actually determined in my mind how I was going to take him out, using what was on the plane, exactly how I was going to do it. So I followed him to the bathroom, and that's what I was. That's what I was going to do. I was going to take this guy out if he tried anything. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that attack could never be pulled off again the same way. And the same thing is true with anything when something's exposed. So you guys get where I'm going with that, I'm sure. I just wanted to get that up. All right. I'm sure you all got that. I do have a generator running Liberty Line. I do live off the grid, and yes, it's what it is. So I'm going to give you a couple of headlines too that I think are very indicative of giving you a feel for what's going on. Here on the U.S. economy, I'm going to give you 3 headlines. Don't expect price cuts for new and used vehicles anytime soon. Meta shareholders vent anger at Zuckerberg's spending binge. You don't have to, the shareholders of Meta don't even have to just vent at Zuckerberg's spending binge, because you can vent anger at the fact that he has been censoring people, the very people who are most popular on his platform, which are older, more conservative audience. Yes, there's liberals on there, but you guys get what I'm saying, okay? Here's some headlines out of analysis and commentary. This is off Real Clear Politics. The trouble with Democrats relying on trickery. Okay? Biden's policies have been an economic wrecking ball. And then, to give you just how deluded the left is, out of the New Republic, here's a headline. Dems have a great economic story to tell. What? Like, what the hell do these people actually think? So, look, I think it's absolutely amazing that Elon fired the whole board, okay, that all of this is going on right now. You know, Biden's out there trying to tell you the economy's looking good, but it's obvious everybody gets the fact that it's not. And then we've got, you know, the left still, what they're concerned about. J6 and abortion, and people, they don't even show up as a 10% issue, as the issue Americans care most about. You guys understand? They're losing. They're gonna lose. I just, there's a point at which you can't. There's a point at which you can't cheat and win. Okay? It's just the truth. Okay? And you have to understand that pollsters have been doing so terribly because they don't know. And this is why Trafalgar is such a good poll. Okay? Thanks, Scandorian Slayer. Why Trafalgar is such a good pollster is because they use a different methodology and they have a way of getting people to answer the question, because they understand that conservatives, because they have been censored and maligned for so long, don't even want to tell you what's happened. So I just sad news out of Brazil. I saw that. So I had to jump on. I wasn't able to get a show fully put together today. I've got it's winter in Minnesota. Man, I'm telling you, winter's coming on, and we have these nice days, and you have got to get out. If you live up here in northern Minnesota, you got to get out and start getting to work. See, School of the World, you hung up on a pollster, but I've got to get my place ready for winter. I just bought my propane. Boy, that was fun. Good night. The price of everything it's so retarded. I mean, the price of propane has doubled since I bought my home up here. Doubled. Has my income doubled? Kind of. What about our groceries? They tell us that it's whatever percentage. They said that eggs were 30% inflation. I just paid twice as much for eggs as I did earlier in the year. How the hell is that 30% inflation? So, thanks, Coley, for sharing those links. All the links are promo code Lumberjack. My Patriot Supply, you have to have the affiliate link, which is down below. So if you're sharing the My Patriot Supply link, Coley, make sure you got the actual affiliate link to share. But no, this is going to be a good election cycle, people. And again, I mean, we've just been through so much together. It is just crappy when they're out there saying that everything you know to be true is a lie, and they're just censoring what you say and saying we're going to ban you and all this kind of stuff. It's just garbage. It's just garbage. I mean, and then these Democrats now act like they care about crime. They care about the crime on Paul Pelosi. Why don't they care about the crime everywhere else? All of it just, I think people are getting to it. The Republicans are going to pick up the Senate seat in Nevada. They're going to pick up the Senate seat in Arizona, and they're going to pick up the Senate seat in Georgia. People, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I just want you to be aware of that. My biggest concern, actually, for the Senate is Alaska. My biggest concern for the United States Senate is not even a Democrat winning, it is Alaska. I want Lisa Murkowski gone so bad. She is just a stain on the United States Senate. She is a stain on the Republican Party. She's the worst. She's awful. Anyways, I hope she's gone. Anyways, I love y'all, okay? Please smash that like, as if you're gonna be done on the stream. And also, please support My Pillow, my store, and use promo code Lumberjack, please, if you would. It does support the show. And I have been getting, I just had 2 more videos demonetized. For no reason. So, it's just, I'm so tired of it. I really am. I mean, it's like constantly having to check back. Why should I have to check back? And then, I don't agree with your decision. And then 3 days later, after all the views have happened, oh yes, you were right, Neil. Oh, thanks. Okay. Anyways. Life is hard. I want to share something with you people. It's when people tell you life is easy, they're just selling something. Life is hard. It's extremely hard. It can be painful, terribly difficult, all of that. But I want you to understand something else. Life is beautiful. And God loves you. He does. And Jesus came to save all. I believe that with every fiber of my being. And just because things look bleak and look tough, it doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Okay? So, I just want you to know that. Alright? Keep fighting the good fight. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I love you all. Alright? Peace out.